A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. See how it says that before them was Garden of Eden, paradise, where everything was in bounty and beautiful and growing in harmony and abundance. And it was their interaction, their corruption that wasted everything. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array, before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Now, to kind of sum this all together and tie this all up, I'm going to make mention of something that Brother John the Baptist from Tribulation-now.org had brought to the attention of a lot of us, and that is an alternative translation from the Strong's for Daniel chapter 9:27, where it says this: Then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. But in the middle of the week he shall bring an end of sacrifice and offering. And on the wing of abomination shall be one who makes desolate, even until the consummation which is determined is poured out on the desolate. Okay, so what John is saying with this particular passage is that it's his intention and contention that the beginning of the Great Tribulation will, in fact, start with, these cosmic signs and the loosening of this alien invasion, this locust army. Okay? And whether we're right or not, who knows? But I fully agree with him. I fully agree that the Great Tribulation has something to do with that, and that is part of the great falling away, and also part of the great lie where even the most elect should be deceived if it were possible. Because the Antichrist, who's one of them, Apollyon Abaddon, he's going to come as Christ. That's the great lie. And so many will fall for it because they're not aware of these things that we're talking about. They're not looking for them, and they're not waiting for it. And because of that, they will be caught unaware. Now, I'm going to finish up with a quote from 2 Ezra chapter 15, which also talks about the return of, in terms of the dragons of Arabia in this. But basically, it's referencing the same thing, the return of the locust army. And I think this is the perfect way to sum up the whole show. So, this is for 2 Ezra. Verse 28 says this: Behold, an horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them. And in their host shall be fear and dread, and strife among their kings. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north and unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, and dung of men unto the camel's bow. There shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west, and strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it. And the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind, shall be destroyed. The great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. And they shall pour out over every high and eminent place an horrible star, a horrible star, fire and hail and flying swords. Isn't that interesting? Flying swords. Fire and hail and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities and walls and mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all that be about her shall bewail her. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. You know, I think I might be able to read one more passage. Give me just a second. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to finish with the rest of the Red Star prophecy. Maybe I'll do a follow-up, because I still got so much information to bring to you from the ancient texts about this phenomenon. So it might be a week or so, but I think I'll do one more show to bring the rest of the ancient information to you. But just to sum it all up with the rest of the Hopi prophecy, it says this: nothing living will go untouched here or in the heavens. The way through this time, it is said, is to be found in our hearts, and reuniting with our spiritual self, getting simple and returning to living with and upon the earth and in harmony with the creatures, remembering that we are the caretakers, the fire keepers of the spirit. Our relatives from the stars are coming home to see how well we have fared in our journey. I would say that some relatives from the stars are coming home to deceive humanity and to tell them that they are the creators of humanity, when we know that it was the Father of us all, the Creator, through His Son, the Word, that created all things. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the chat room and all those that are listening in. I apologize. I will be opening the phone lines from now on and taking everybody's calls. So those that are on the call-in line, please do call in on the next show, and I'll take your calls. I promise to be vigilant about that because I do want people's involvement with what is going on in the radio shows and our work at fallenangels.tv. Very important clip here. God bless everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
A number of things that I've heard from people in the Pentagon, that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter's.
Wow.
Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword in
the Pentagon, in the military circles that are in the know about the cover-up here, they kind of, in whispered tones, talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area.
The Anunnaki.
Well, could be.
Under the ancient names.
Do you think that has anything to do with why we're in a...
Take care, everyone.